Prologue. 1980 was a year of change. It brought about profound new worldviews and new directions that naturally flowed from them. It was a time of strange cultural bedfellows. Ronald Reagan invited Americans to dream again, and to do so without a dependence on government to help fulfill those dreams. As a presidential candidate, Reagan spoke openly about our need to protect the family unit, to pray together, and to help our neighbors. John Lennon had settled down as a full-time dad to raise his son while his wife worked. Eventually, he began recording again. He released Double Fantasy, his first album in 5 years. On that album was the song Beautiful Boy, dedicated to his youngest son, Sean. Lennon sang of a world that included taking time for family and children, even taking time, as he wrote, to say a little prayer with your son or daughter. The song mirrored Reagan's value of life and place of honor he said children should take in our lives. In part, Lennon's work on that final album reflected the dynamic tension in his life of living today, while at the same time working for a future for his wife and son. He apparently even toyed with supporting Ronald Reagan for president in 1980, a recent documentary film contends. The lyrics and melody of John Lennon's Beautiful Boy are his legacy to a childhood protected. The chapters of this book take their cue from Lennon's work and often reflect Reagan's vision for family. They tell a story about a beautiful, beautiful boy named Nate. It's the journey of our first child and our subsequent trials about which I write. Nate was born in 1981 and died in 2009. But more than that, this book is about your life and letting you know that you're not alone in the current hard times for which you could never really have planned. As John Lennon wrote in a song to his own son, life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Chapter 1. Beautiful Nate. It was a pre-spring day like so many we'd experienced in lovely Boise, Idaho. The snow was melting, the green tulip bulbs were quietly sending leaf shoots on their way through the thawing earth. Like in so many other cold weather states, sand or salt is often used as a slide inhibitor for the spots of sheer ice that you can see and the black ice that you cannot. As I walked from our home to my car in the driveway, I heard the soft crunch, crunch, crunch of sand underfoot. Once at work, walking from the parked car to the office, the same sound greeted my ears. It was just the normal sound of a normal close of winter day in our life. The calendar marked the day as March 11th, 2009. I'm a self-employed businessman. I almost always have been. In 2006, my business partner and I developed a new firm that housed ex-addicts and ex-inmates after they had completed their time in jail or prison. In the parlance of the industry, these houses are called staffed, safe, and sober homes. Each normally has from 5 to 12 men or women. It's an unusual business and one that neither of us ever anticipated owning. Nonetheless, as businessmen, we saw a need to help ex-addicts, and we met that need with the tools and resources available to us. Both of us had sons who had brushes with the law due to drug abuse. Though our sons could not benefit personally from the houses that we developed due to conflict of interest, as partners and fathers, we saw how we could help other parents as they struggled with their sons and daughters in jail and in prison. Others joined us in putting time, treasure, and talent into this endeavor. My wife Susan and I have 3 children, firstborn Nate, our secondborn, our daughter, Meg, and our caboose boy, Colin. We had an intentional, planned, and purposeful family. The kids grew up in a family environment of faith, fun, adventure, and travel. We often combined these elements and traveled across the globe, helping on foreign missions, assisting others who simply did not have the advantages we had as a family. Throughout these global jaunts, we would all be amazed at the commonality of people, regardless of the nation or region in which they lived. Children were born to parents, lived with them until maturity, and then went off to start their own lives. In the end, no matter what country, children became adults, parents passed away, and children buried their parents. This was the expected way to experience life. On that date, in March 2009, I left the office and went home to have lunch with my 3rd child, Colin, then a homeschooled high school junior.